afternoon, everybody. How's it going? Hope you all had a great day. Kurt Capra here with you for this afternoon's daily recap. And so the excitement that was brought about by the Fed decision to increase rates yesterday was short-lived, as today has pulled back in a bit here. Now, it's not like it's completely negated the action from yesterday. We're really just holding, at least for today, in the upper portion of today's range, which, in the bigger picture is bullish. Now, as far as today goes, it was definitely kind of a slower day, as traders are trying to figure out, can we absorb and consolidate the gains from yesterday while at the same time digesting the supply coming in the form of this prior high up around 240. And so, we've got this kind of tug of war going on, if you will, that's got us just in this battleground. So the action today is somewhat expected, and quite frankly, we might even see it tomorrow. We'll have to see how things are shaping up. But overall, to the bigger picture, very constructive action here today, and we're just going to have to take it one day at a time as we move forward here. Looking at the Qs, we had a similar day overall where we held the upper 50% of yesterday's range. So in that sense, it's a small victory, although we did close down a bit today. So we'll take that small victory, bring it into tomorrow, and see where we're opening, where things are setting up to open, and go from there. But at this point, really hard to fight the broader trend because it's not extended, it's not climactic, it's just very gradual, very controlled. And so anytime you have a very controlled trend, it makes it very challenging to fight that or try and fade that trend. All right, so the broader bias here with regard to the markets is bullish. All right, now looking at some other sectors here, the financials, they really put in another slower, narrow range day. They were looking good earlier, as they were able to take out yesterday's high, but ended up tailing off into the end of the day and ultimately closing with this topping tail here. So, it was good to see it take out yesterday's high, but not so encouraging that it came back in, but overall still within the construct of this uptrend. So we continue to look for that to play out. Now, the line in the sand is going to be right here, this prior low, which is sitting here at 2460. So that's the level you want to be paying attention to as we move forward over the coming sessions. A break under this area could send us easily back down to this 50-day moving average, which is sitting right at and just above 24 bucks. So keep that in mind, and just keep that level on the radar here for yourselves as we move along. We also saw weakness in the healthcare space after yesterday putting in a really strong day, breaking out to new highs here. It came right back in, gapping down initially, and then just continuing to sell off through yesterday's low, although it did get a little bit of a recovery as it fell into some support from earlier in the week, but still the damage has been done, and we'll now see if it can continue to follow through. Overall, I do also want to point out here that we remain in an uptrend. So while today definitely took some damage, the overall trend is still up, and so we'll need to see how this plays out into tomorrow. Do the buyers now begin to step up and negate the damage here today, or do we continue to sell off back down below, maybe to and through the 75 whole number? So that'll be a key level to pay attention to here. Taking a quick look at gold, another day up here for gold on the gap, and then it just kind of back and filled a bit of that. Overall, a quiet day in terms of the intraday action, but really a nice day in terms of gapping up. Now we'll see if it can continue to digest the recent gains and continue higher, or does it begin to sell off once again. And then oil, another relatively quiet day as it's just kind of licking its wounds from the recent sell-off. So we'll continue to monitor where oil goes from here, but it certainly has been damaged. It's weak, clearly, and will probably look to continue or move back to this prior low right around between 9.5 to 9.75. So that's going to be your targeted area here. All right. So as I said earlier, hope everybody had a great day, and we will see you tomorrow with the morning call, and then also in the evening with the daily recap once again. So until then, have a great night.